Hi, this is Maggie from Design Code Debug Repeat. Welcome to the channel. In this Fix It Fast, we're looking at the 3 most common null pointer exception causes experienced by beginning Java programmers, and how to fix each one fast. Null pointer exception cause number 1, you never created the object. Here's some code that looks like something you might write at the beginning of an introductory Java course, code that prompts the user for a number, and then reads their response into the variable input. We have 2 variable declarations, scanner standard in and int input. Then a prompt, system out print, please enter a number, and finally the code to read the user's input from the console, input equals standardin.nextInt. The program will compile, although if we're observant, Eclipse is warning us there's a problem with a little red X next to the line input equals standardin.nextInt. If we run the program, or if we mouse over that red X, we get the error, the local variable standardin may not have been initialized. What does that mean? Before you can use a variable, it must be initialized. Before it's initialized, it doesn't have a value. Many beginning programmers think that declaring a variable and initializing it are the same thing, but they're very different. We have 2 variable declarations here, one for standardin and one for input. When we declare a variable, we are associating a name with a data type. This lets Java allocate enough space and check that we only use the variable in type-appropriate ways. But a variable doesn't actually have a value until it's initialized, when it appears to the left of an assignment statement, and there must be an appropriate expression on the right side. In our program, we're missing the line standardin equals new scanner systemin. Without this line, standardin has no object assigned to it, and trying to use it causes a null pointer exception. A good rule of thumb is, before you use a variable, make sure it has been assigned a value. And when the variable's type is an object type, giving it a value almost always requires the new keyword. You can tell a type is an object type in Java if the data type begins with an uppercase letter, like scanner, string, or random. There are exceptions, but you most likely won't learn them until later. Null pointer exception cause number 2, you created the object, but not the objects inside it. This cause shows up when you're working with an array or array list, or with an object that contains other objects as fields. Let's start with the array example. I have a class called die. It represents a single die you can roll. It can have any number of sides, and when you roll it, it randomly generates a value between 1 and the number of sides. So if it's a D6 and we send it the roll message, it will generate a value between 1 and 6. Now, here's my program with the error. This time, Eclipse shows no warning. Everything looks perfectly fine. The program is called dice roller, and inside it I have die dice equals new die 6. That creates an array that can hold 6 die objects. And yes, I used the new keyword, so there's no null pointer on the array variable dice itself. Then I have this loop for die, die, dice, die.roll, system out println die.getValue. But when I run it, ouch, a null pointer exception. The message says, cannot invoke die.roll because die is null. And I love how it puts die.roll and die in scare quotes. What went wrong? We created the array with new die 6, but we never created the objects inside the array. Each location in an array is just a variable, and those variables all start with default values. For an array of an object type like die, the default value is null. And null basically means there's no object here. So when the loop tries to send roll to die, we're really trying to send the message to null. To fix it, we need to fill the array with die objects. For example, for int I equals 0, I less than dice.length, I plus plus, dice sub I equals new die. This follows the rule I mentioned in the previous example. A variable needs to be on the left side of an assignment to get a value. And for an object variable, that value is typically created using the new keyword. Once we've filled the array with actual die objects, the loop can roll each die and get its value. Now for the second scenario, an object that contains another object. I'm going to switch my program to use a class called dieError instead of my original die class. Despite the very suspicious name, Eclipse is totally fine with this refactoring. But when I run it, another null pointer exception. This time, the message says, cannot invoke java.util.random.nextInt int because this .roller is null. This time, the problem is inside the die error class, as you probably guessed. In this version, instead of creating a new random object every time we roll the die, I made random a field of the class. The idea is that each die error object has its own random object called roller. Then in roll, I just call this.roller.nextInt. But if you look through the code, you'll see the same issue as before. Nowhere do we assign a value to this.roller with new random. It never appears on the left side of an assignment statement. So the field stays at its default value, which, just like the array elements, is null. And when we call nextInt on this.roller, we're actually calling it on null, which causes the exception. In this case, it makes sense to initialize the random object in the constructor, so it exists for the entire life of the die error object. So in the constructor, we would add this.roller equals new random. The constructor is the first method that runs when we create an object, so after that point, this.roller will always have a valid random object. Then when diceRoller creates the die error objects, we can safely call methods like roll that depend on that field. Null pointer exception cause number 3. A method returned null and you used it without checking. The third cause of a null pointer exception that beginners frequently encounter happens when you call a method and the method returns a value, but that value is null. And without realizing it, you immediately try to use that null reference. This situation often comes up in search or lookup methods, methods designed to find an object inside an array or an array list and return it. I have a simple example here. Here I have a class called item, and to keep this simple, an item object has a name field, a string, and a quantity field, an integer. It has getName and getQuantity methods. In a realistic example, this would have much more functionality, but this is all we need for this example. Here is an inventory class that holds an array of item objects. I've hard-coded in a few just for the purposes of this example. It also has a method to search for an item in its array by name. The code for that method is public item find item, string name, item result equals null, int I equals 0, while I less than this.inventory.length and result equals null, if this.inventory sub I.getName equals name, result equals this.inventory sub I plus, return result. This is a very typical pattern. Search the array sequentially, and if the item is found, return a reference to the item. If not, return null. Now, let's look at the code in my main program that uses this method. I ask the inventory to find an item. Item equals inventory.findItem, what's it? System.out.println item.getQuantity. The logic seems straightforward. Find the object, then print something about it. But when I run the program, null pointer exception, and the message says, cannot invoke item.getQuantity because item is null. So what happened? The call to inventory.findItem what's it did run. The method returned a value, but that value was null. The search didn't find a match. Maybe the item isn't in the array, or maybe the name we searched on was typed incorrectly. The code then immediately tries to send a message, getQuantity, to that null reference, and that's the null pointer exception. How do we fix this? The fix is not inside the findItem method. Returning null when something isn't found is a perfectly reasonable design decision. The fix is in the code that uses the method's return value. Before calling a method on the result, we must check whether the result is null. For example, item equals inventory.findItem what's it. If item equals null, system.out.println that item is not in your inventory. Else, system.out.println item.getQuantity. With that simple check in place, my program can handle both cases safely, whether the item is present or the item isn't in the inventory. And that's the third common cause of null pointer exception, a method call that legitimately returns null, followed immediately by using that null reference as if it were a valid object. And that's it. The 3 null pointer exceptions beginners most commonly experience and how to fix each one fast. If you need a little more foundational knowledge, I'm going to link a Java playlist here that covers objects, and in the description I'll link that playlist and an array playlist. If this helped, check out my other videos in the Fix It Fast series, or drop a comment below about a video you'd like to see. If I can create that for you or just talk it through in the comments, I will. As always, have fun and keep coding.